Let's welcome Kathy Holly and Spotlight.
Well, welcome to the show, Brian Byrnes, tonight. I have to call you a Renaissance man because you have so many talents. We're going to try to cover everything, musical and artistic. And before I go on, I want to just let everybody know that his sister, Gracie Byrnes, is here in the audience. Hi, Gracie. And Gracie is an artist herself.
She is.
She does beautiful watercolors. Mm-hmm. Well, now we're going to focus on you because you're the guest. But let's start with your career in music. It began at 7, right?
Yes, it started with a Walt Disney album based on harmony. I listened to it over and over when I had the flu. My mom bought me a harmonica, and I learned how to play the melodies from the TV shows that I was watching.
Oh, how wonderful. And now that was the beginning. And then when you got to high school, you started to play in a band. Right?
Yes, I played with numbers of musicians and met a lot of talented people along the way, just playing the small diatonic harmonica and learning to sing.
And that was, well, what era was that? About 60s,
Well, high
70s?
school was I graduated in 68, so...
That was,
and
okay, the
graduated
60s.
from college in 72.
And you went to Santa Clara University.
Santa Clara University.
Right? And what happened? There was a professor who used
I was
you
playing
in a
harmonica
series.
on campus, and Charlie Lampkin, he was a TV actor, really well known, and it was his first year teaching music at Santa Clara. He heard me playing the harmonica, and he grabbed me and brought me to his office, and he gave me 8 blues albums. He says, listen to these and then come back and we'll talk. He was doing a show on the history of jazz, which started with the emergence of the blues.
Mm-hmm. So that was perfect timing for you.
Yes, it launched me into...
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then after that, in 2000s, the year... Oh, but before that, you were playing at the Boom Boom Room with John Lee Hooker's...
Yes,
that's his club, right, in San Francisco.
I met somebody at the San Francisco Blues Festival and said he was sitting in at the Boom Boom Room, and I went in, and I tried for months before anybody would let me up. Eventually, Ed Early was a trombone player, let me up to play, and after that, the leader of the house band took me under his wing and brought me up almost every Monday night to play blues harmonica, no vocals, just blues.
Just the harmonica.
Yeah.
And then you met Jules Broussard in about the year 2000?
Yeah,
and you were playing in Marin.
Yes,
Sweetwater.
Another friend told me that Jules was playing at the Sweetwater in Mill Valley. He was
so much fun.
He was sitting in
much
friendly.
Fun.
And I went up at a break and I said, do you mind if I sit in with you? And I did. And after the next break, he came up to me and said, everybody likes you. You're welcome to come back anytime you want. I went in there every Sunday for 10 years.
For 10 years. It was so much fun.
Oh, that's my...
We had, that's right, take a moment. You can just, that's right. We know that we don't have a real emergency. It's just the phone. Oh, that happens.
It was an emergency.
Every so often, this technical age we live in. At any rate, after that was perfect timing because you know what? It was so much fun at the Sweetwater. It was a party.
It was a party.
And I used to dance and listen to the music. I probably saw you and didn't know it was you.
Dance, some music there. And
It was great.
Yeah.
And then in 2011, something very special happened. Your son composed a piece.
Yes.
Tell us about that, Chroma.
I was asked by the conductor of the Golden Gate Symphony Orchestra if I wanted to join the orchestra, and I told him I didn't play classical music. Not only that, I didn't read music, but he said you can do whatever you want. You can play the guitar, you can play the sing, and when I left, I emailed my son Brendan and said, I think we have a gig. And he wrote a concerto for the chromatic harmonica, and I actually take a solo during the piece. And the theme for it came from a music that I had in a fever dream.
And what is a fever dream?
I was sick with the flu.
You
and
have a
in
fever.
my dream, I was playing a harmonica in 4-part harmony. And I woke myself up and I went out and sang the melody into my iPhone. And he used that as the core of the whole piece.
This is amazing. Let's quickly, before we listen to part of the piece, let's take a look at your son. We have a photo of Brendan. There he is, surrounded by guitars.
Yes.
He loves, and so he's a musician who can read.
He's released about 8 of his own albums.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. And another photo we have of you with Brendan. There we go, father and son, great photo. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that was the day we finished the studio recording. He recorded everybody else. I put the harmonica on and it was done.
And then you designed a collage around chroma. Let's take a look at this. Beautifully done. And as an artist, what did you do? Those are photos that you...
Those are photographs. The actual piece is about 8 inches by 8 inches. And I took my photographs and I cut them with an X-Acto knife and I painted the edges with a black Sharpie so you wouldn't see it.
Oh,
and I blended them together. I started with one photo and one led to the next, and there it was.
So this is the artist. All right.
Yes.
Now, and we're going to listen to part of Chroma. Let's see. I think
Wonderful.
we do have, we have a little excerpt of it. That's great. Now, if people want to hear it, the whole piece, you can find it online.
It's on the internet. You just have to type in Chroma, C-H-R-O-M-A, by Brendan Byrnes.
That's fabulous.
And you can listen to it for free. Yes.
And you do other collages. I think we have a photograph, and it's behind us, too, of another collage that you did where you take photos.
Yes, I take my own
And-
photos and I cut them and try to create a surreal atmosphere.
Absolutely
and-
beautiful.
yeah.
Brian, you are an artist. Well, let's move right along with the music, too.
Okay.
The chromatic harmonica. Would you pick it up and show
sure.
us what a chromatic harmonica is?
Yeah, the chromatic harmonica has a bar here that you can go from a C to a C sharp. You can play the black and the white keys on the piano over 4 full octaves.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
and this is what I played on Chroma.
Let's see, there's a little bar,
Yeah.
right? Oh, what sound is great.
Yeah, it does have a nice
so
sound.
children usually get a little tiny harmonica,
Well,
but that's a
the
good
one.
beginning.
That's where you learn.
That's how you learned. All right. Now, we're going to move right along to 2016. You put
Okay.
together your own band.
I finally branched out.
Yes, the Brian Byrnes Trio. And you had a CD.
I have a CD.
It's called the
and,
Brian Byrnes Trio,
fabulous.
Only for You, which is by the... Oh, what's that? Is that an emergency
It's an
again?
emergency.
That's really the strangest.
It's on everybody's phone.
I guess it's on everybody's phone. They're testing. That's all right. You know what? It's free online, your album.
Yes,
I looked it up.
It's just Brian Byrnes Trio, Only for You. There's like 7 or 8 songs, and you can listen to it there.
It's
and,
fantastic.
have it for free.
See, everybody, just look it up, Brian Byrnes. Okay, we're going to play a little excerpt of the cover song, right?
Yes,
Only for You.
which I wrote thinking about my wife.
Oh, it's a beautiful song. Right, let's hear a little bit of Only for You by Brian Byrnes.
Only for you, let the stars shine in your eyes. My life began the moment you looked my way. You could play the part of someone who stole my heart You could tell me that there's no one that will never part, only for you my mind was running away. I asked you to dance, you smiled and held out your hand. You filled the night with magic.
Oh, that is beautiful. And that's the trio. Who's in the trio there?
Well, we've got Lee
Ned?
Bloom, who I'm still working with.
Yes, on
and
piano.
Brandon Essex on that one, and I've been playing with Lee now since 2016.
Oh, that's great. I did see you
Fabulous
at the
player.
Cadillac Hotel.
Yes,
He's
he's
wonderful.
been at the Cadillac
I think
3
I've
times
seen
now,
him.
yeah.
Yes, of course. So this is great because the CD is available and everybody can hear it. Then I know that you studied a little Brazilian music.
I got really interested in Brazilian music at an early age, mostly from seeing the movie Black Orpheus when I was 10 years old, and it was all Brazilian
great
music.
movie.
And I started
Yes.
playing with Brazilian musicians in the Bay Area and had a duo with an American and a Brazilian singer. And we performed all over the place, and I learned a lot of Brazilian music that time.
And is that Lau Paiva?
It's Lau Paiva, Laucia
Paiva.
Paiva. She's still performing in the Bay Area.
Well, now you're going to do a live performance.
Sure.
We're so lucky. We don't even have to buy a ticket. Go ahead. Let's hear you
Oh, okay.
do. I think you're going to do A Day in the Life of
Day
a
in the
Fool.
Life of a Fool by
right?
Luis Bonfa.
Oh, yes. From the film Black Orpheus. Brian Byrnes on guitar.
A day in the life of a fool, a sad and a long, lonely day. I walk the avenue, hoping I will run into the welcome sight of you coming my way. I stop right across from your door, but you're never there anymore. So back to my room, and there in the gloom I cry tears of goodbye.
Beautiful. And will you do Samba de Orfeo?
Samba
next?
de Orfeo, the D is
Please.
pronounced as a G, and this is a beautiful song by Luis Bonfa wrote this.
I've ordered some rain for tomorrow. The sky will be sunny but wet. But out of nowhere you're suddenly there, and I say, hey, pardon me, but haven't we met? I've ordered some sunshine with showers, and I've got my scenery set. Right then with a thump or hump, unless they will bump, and I say, hey, pardon me, now haven't we met? Well, things can happen, and into one I'm going to slide. Now there's a good chance in finding romance when two hearts collide. Well, I know that's just how it happened when Romeo met Juliet. Somewhere I read the Romeo said, hey, hey, pardon me. He said, pardon me. He said, pardon me. And haven't we met?
Beautiful. And you're available for gigs?
Always.
That's fantastic. I would love to have you work on a gig with me. I
Hey,
think
let's
you're
do that.
terrific. Oh, Brian, we've got to, it's just we have so much to do here. I want to show a clip with you and Jules, 2 clips.
Nice.
And on the second one, I think Jules plays 2 saxes at once.
Oh, yeah.
So here
That's
we
an original song
go.
of mine.
Now,
Yeah.
these are clips from YouTube, and they're very short clips.
That's
and
fine.
due to time, Alfie and then Slow Blues, 2 different pieces. And of course, you're in these as well. could just go on forever. Now, I want you to tell me, that is all at the Cadillac Hotel.
That's at the Cadillac
in the
Hotel,
Tenderloin.
in the
Okay,
Tenderloin.
well, first of all, I have two things to ask you. You have a cute story about Jules wanting to join your band. right?
Yes.
How did that happen? Tell that little story.
I went to see him with somebody else, and I was sitting at the bar. I thought maybe he would invite me to sit in, and instead he came up and asked me if I could join my band before the pandemic, and he did, and we played the Orinda Jazz Festival, and then started playing all over the Bay Area. And had a wonderful time working with him, rehearsing with him in his studio. He was in Ray Charles' band, and he toured with Santana, and he was the man. He was moved to the Bay Area in '62.
He still is with us.
He's still
but
playing.
He
He's
doesn't play as much.
87 years old now.
87, that's really amazing.
Yes.
He's still with us. And I thought that was just great. And then at the Cadillac Hotel, it's in the Tenderloin district in San Francisco, and there are concerts all the time, right?
They have
once a month.
Well, the pandemic shut it down, but they have they're back on a whole schedule of 2024. They have one show a month, and the one I just did in 2024 was my 5th performance there.
And I know you're going to be back.
Yes,
next
and
year.
we're booked for next July, and my son Brendan is
Fantastic.
going to join us, and he's going to play my classical guitar, and I'm
Great.
just going to sing and play the harmonica.
That's
And
fantastic.
we're gonna-
Well, you know what? I want to hear another live performance. You said you wrote Lean on Me.
Oh yeah, Lean on Me.
Now
Well,
tell us about that song. Totally different style.
well, I found out you can't copyright a title of a song, so it's not the
Right,
Lean on Me.
it's not the Lean on
right.
Me.
This is just one of the tunes I wrote along the way.
What style?
It's kind of a country feel. I wrote a lot of songs that had kind of a country feel.
Really?
So this one's called Lean on Me.
Lean on Me. Here we go. Brian Byrnes. Original. Ooh, rock and
In the
roll.
middle of the night, I can't sleep with no one around to talk to, no one to hold next to me. It's cold outside, the wind's blowing the trees all around. It's nights like this that make me want to get up and leave this town. On a better day, not so long ago, you and I were talking in a whisper so no one else could share in our fun. I loved you as if you were a part of me, and if I could, I'd give you everything that you see. Well, lean on me, and the way be so hard. Now trust in me, and you'll be loved. I miss you more than words could hope to tell. All my dreams have been about you. They're all that fill up this empty shell. I know you had to get up and try it on your own. You're a city girl, I'm still here alone. I wish I had the strength to break away, but there's something in this foolish mind of mine that makes me wanna stay. Well, give me one more chance, it's easy to see. You'd be the one to save this heart if you'd come back to me. Well, lean on me, and the way won't be so hard. Now trust in me, and you'll be loved. Lean on me, and the way won't be so hard. Trust in me, and you'll be loved. Trust in me, and you'll be loved.
Oh, fabulous. The crowd goes wild. And that's country music, a little bit of country USA with Brian Byrnes. Really, so versatile. Now, you know, we have to fast forward
Yes.
because you are apparently connected with Hawaii. And I was going to ask you what's next in your career. Well, what's next is you're going to catch a plane to Maui.
I'm catching
This
a plane
week.
tomorrow morning to
Tell us
to
about
Maui.
that. Yeah, why?
There's I lived on the island in 1970 in an international panel truck, and heard there was going to be a concert inside the Haleakala crater. I drove up there the night before and it was freezing, nobody showed up, and I went down the hill and I found it, and it was Jimi Hendrix, Mitch Mitchell, and Billy Cox played for a very small 500 people on the side of the hill. And after all these years, the Hendrix estate used my photographs on the cover of the Jimi Hendrix Live in Maui. And they made a movie, a documentary. I'm in the movie, and I'm going there tomorrow to celebrate Rainbow Bridge. Billy Cox will be playing, a number of other musicians, and it's very exciting.
Raise money, a fundraiser.
It's raising money as a fundraiser for the survivors of the Lahaina fire.
That is so wonderful. And I'm holding up the album.
Yes.
Right? And it says...
Jimi Hendrix Live in Maui.
Yes. And there is a movie. How can people see it?
It's very difficult to see it. It's called Music Money Magic Jimi Hendrix Live in Maui. But it came out on a Blu-ray disc, so you have to find it in a theater or keep your eyes open. You can go to the internet and see where you can find it. It's hard to get to.
Yes, I could just see. Well, I'm holding this up because I love the cover. That's quite exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
Very exciting. And you know, there's so much more music that we wanted to hear, but we're running out of time.
That's just fine. This has been great.
I wanted one more time remind everybody that they can go online and hear your album.
Yes, my album is
the
there.
Brian Byrnes Trio.
Brian Byrnes Trio, Only for You, and Chroma by Brendan Burns to hear the concerto.
Both of those. And now you have, I think, a song that we didn't get to. Do you think you could play us out?
Some chromatic harmonica, if you're interested.
Oh, sure, let's do that. The chromatic harmonica. We have 1 minute. Brian, I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very
It's
much,
been a
Kathy.
thrill for me.
It's
really has been.
Nice.
And Gracie, thank you for being here to give us support. Another artist. I also want, your father was a photographer, so we have all this art in your family. Artistic
my
genes.
music, you can go to facebook.com/bburnsblues and find out all of my music gigs and all. And this is a Luis Bonfa tune called Samba Tiro Feio.
Oh, yes. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you very
you
much,
so
Kathy.
much, everybody.
It's been an honor.
We'll see
Thank
you
you very
next
much.
time.
Okay.
Fabulous. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Kathy.
It was just terrific.
It was lots of fun.
And please, see you later.
Adios, amigos.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, 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 you mixed up Siciliano. All your Genovese to the mambo.